Welcome in, everyone. Here we are on our Pass It On series. We are going to try to take this bankrupt farm and turn it around. It's not quite fully bankrupt, but we have $3,900 in the bank, and this is what's really scary. We have $780,000 in debt, can't take any more. I have been left this farm, and now I have to try to figure out this disaster and try to... I mean, this has been so mismanaged and poorly run that we are now going to try to recover from that. A little bit about this series to give you some background. This is our Pass It On series. I'm on a server. This server is, a lot of us have played on it, and by I mean a lot of us, a lot of different content creators. It started with Tony Myth, then it went to DJ Goham, then after that, I believe it went to Trucker Matsy, and then it went to Virtual Farmer, and now me, and then it's going to move on to 4B Gaming after this, and the Farm Sim guy. I apologize if I missed anyone, but I'm pretty sure that's everyone, and then we may actually go backwards in that, and then go do all of them again, but in reverse order. So, basically, everyone has to deal with what the person left them before, and Virtual Farmer has been so kind to leave us quite a few disasters. One, he started harvesting this sugarcane. Started harvesting it. And being very... he just started it. This is what he's done. We have a harvester over here that we own. We have this. This is what he's got going on. And he just wants me to now deal with all his problems. And this is it. He also left us some cake, maybe. And also here, this is hilarious. I watched his video and started watching this. He did, like, he originally started the rice flour one, I thought, as well. But we don't have any... we have flour. What are we missing here? Sugar? Yeah, because he's trying to make sugar. This is just a disaster. Every bit of this farm is a mismanaged disaster. This is distributing, so we're out of ingredients for sugar. They should be making us some cake, which is great. We have seeds here. We don't need anything else out of here. I don't know if we can take those out, but basically, I'm going to try to turn this farm around. And 4B, you are welcome. I really wanted to screw you over, but I don't think I have the ability to. There's just no money on this farm. We are going to try to take this farm and turn it around, and we're going to see if we can actually accomplish that. So, yeah, I honestly do not know if we're going to be able to do that. Let's take a look at what we own for vehicles. Like, I just want to know which ones are leased and which ones are not. Oh my gosh, so many things are leased. The ape and this. All right, this, gone. We're returning that immediately. Get that out of here. And also, each one of us gets to add one mod into this game as we go. So here's the mods that have been added. Well, there's a couple other buildings that have been added, but I added this in because, guess what, Virtual Farmer? You thought you were screwing me over with the sugarcane? You're not. I'm going to get enough money that we can actually afford a forage harvester and harvest it quickly. This thing we'll hold on to for now. The manure fork we own, so we're not going to worry about that. Is this our... how come it won't show me what that is? It's being super weird right now. That is not that. Come on. I'm pretty sure that's the sugarcane harvester, which, by the way, yeah, it is. Okay. I don't know why it wouldn't show up on there. We own that trailer. This is leased. We already planted everything, and everything's out of it. I remember he removed everything out of it. This is leased, which is dumb. Why did we lease that? Let's get rid of it. I've had enough of leased items. This forklift is a waste of money. Get rid of that. This crone is leased. We've leased this? Get this out of my shop. Get this out of here. This trailer's leased? Why? Well, actually, I might need that one for something. We'll hold on to that. We own the harvester. We should have sold the header trailer. It's not going to be much more if we sell it to the shop, so I'm going to sell that off. We don't need that garbage. We're leasing this stupid thing. Oh my good gravy. This is a nightmare. I have a plan. That, we'll hold on to that. We own the weeder, I guess. And we're renting this forage mixer, which we have cows as well that we have to... and chickens. We have a disaster brewing. That is what is happening. Gosh, the cows are fed. They're producing milk, to be fair, and they'll produce more cows. So I will hold on to the cows, because one of the things we have is a crap ton of TMR in here. We have 110,000 liters. But we made it. We don't need the TMR mixer. That's a good point, actually. Where is the mixer at? This do we own this tractor? I think we do. I'm pretty sure we own this outright. Let's take a look at our vehicles again. This John Deere 7R. We do own this outright. All right, so we'll hold on to this. There's definitely better tractors out there, but we'll hold on to this for now. Where is this TMR mixer? It's got to be near the cows. Let's go over where the cows are at. This is just a disaster of mismanaged, poor managed farms. And we're going to turn it around. I don't know what they were thinking it's a disaster. There's no other way to put it. All right. Where is this? Yeah, it's in there, as I suspected. And also, Virtual Farmer sold our MT Challenger tractor. I don't know why. Probably because he needed more money, but yeah, this farm is just absolutely a disastrous train wreck, bankrupt mess. And I feel like I am like an auditor that's come in to turn it around. All right, TMR, this mixer's got to go. We just got to hear it. We have TMR in it. I don't want to waste that. I'm going to see if I can put it back in here to store it for now. And if not, we'll figure that out. Ugh, it's not accepted here. All right. Well, it's going to turn over the next day, so we'll hold on to it for now. And, yeah, is crop destruction on? Oh, it is. Oh, gosh. Well, there goes some of our crops right there. First off, too, we do have some stuff ready to harvest. Looks like we have canola's almost ready, and we have wheat in that field, and we have grass down here. So we do need something to harvest grass. I don't want to replant it. The grass is going to make us some good money, actually. Unfortunately, it's ready to harvest, and someone didn't fertilize it, and these two fields are not fertilized at all. I feel like, does Virtual Farmer even know how to play this game? That was definitely a stab at Virtual Farmer, and I hope he took it personally. No, I'm just kidding. Virtual Farmer's awesome. But anyhow, I don't like any bit of this disaster that we have. What is happening here? All right, let's just drop this off again. All right, now that I've complained for the first 6 minutes, I've got some plans of how we're going to fix this. We're going to turn this place around. We don't have any way to spread fertilizer as part of the problem, but what we can do, I'm going to turn this off. Let's get... Oh, I sold the header trailer, and of course the header's back there. That's going to be tricky to get out. We may have to reset that. I didn't think about that. I should have probably checked that first. That one's on me. I'll take responsibility for that. I came in very aggressively clearing house here, so, and we don't have super strength or anything like that. The mod I added is what I get as extra. So let's dump that trailer off. I'm gonna try to push this thing out, which maybe I can, maybe I can't. We'll see how it goes. I've got some faith in me, but not a lot of faith in me right now. I definitely have faith that I can run this farm better than any of the previous people. Actually, DJ was quite nice when he ran it, so was Tony Miff. Tony Miff and them, they gave some helpful stuff to make this better. All right, this isn't going to work. We're going to reset that before I just get it more stuck. So it'll be back up over at the shop. So I'm going to go, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to do a little break in here. I'm going to go pick that up, bring it over here. I'm going to harvest this field, and I'll bring you guys back in when it's time to harvest this one. And this field, let's go visit it. Is it like fully harvestable? I think this is fully grown. We need to also get... Well, we can't afford a fertilizer spreader, so actually we're not going to worry about that. We need to make a little bit of money first. We're not going to worry about the sugarcane right now. We'll deal with that in a bit. Okay. I'm going to go get that header, bring it up here. I'm going to get that harvested. We'll get the straw off of that because we do have a production... is it this thing? It is this one. That takes straw and turns it into silage, which is great. So we have some silage here to sell. Let's take a look at that here. Silage. Where's silage at here? Silage is a product. And there it is. Okay. Yeah, it's always a good price for it. We're not going to be able to haul a lot at a time, but we'll get that figured out. So I'm going to do a couple things. I'm going to sell off that silage, and I'll bring you guys back in. All right. I just want to bring you guys in for a quick update. We got one load off the harvester so far. I used the TMR mixer to move silage from here to sell it, and I moved 45,000 liters of straw from this guy. Well, let's just go into flight mode here. So this guy over here had 45,000, well, had over 100,000 liters of straw, so I took 45,000, put them over here, so there's still stuff in here to make TMR, still straw in there, and now that is going to be turned into silage over here, which we can sell. I've sold all the silage out of this. That 45,000 liters of straw that's in here is going to be silage, and I'll sell that off, and that shouldn't be done before midnight tonight, so I'll be able to sell that off, and then I can sell off, or just, return this TMR mixer. We have a trailer here. I want to get a bigger trailer, so we will get a bigger trailer that we can use for feeding and moving stuff around and doing all that sort of thing. We don't need a mixer because this is going to mix stuff for us. Once this guy is done here, we'll take care of that wheat. I just fed the chickens over here to make sure they were full on wheat. Everything over here is going well. I accidentally spawned some strawberries. I was changing that over to selling because there's a lot of strawberries in there. I also set it to make some lettuce so we can sell some lettuce. We will make some cake because, well, we're going to try to get a full pallet of cake. Hopefully that sells pretty good for us. One thing I am going to do, we have a silo here. There's nothing in it right now. We're going to sell it off for $40,000. I do think we need a silo, though. So what we're going to do is buy this silo for $20,000 because I doubt we're going to need more than 75,000 liters of space. So we're just going to put this guy down, and I think that's just going to make our lives a little bit cheaper and easier, and that's going to be a quick, easy way to make 20 grand and still have a silo. So I'm pretty happy with how that's going to work out. Also, we don't need this. This is stupid to have. We're going to sell that off. We don't need a farmhouse over here. We have one literally over here. And this one you can't sell off. Now, if I could sell it off, I would have sold this one and kept the cheaper one. But we can't sell it off. Can we sell that? Nope, can't sell that. This barn, unfortunately, I hate to say it, 47 grand. We are in desperate need of money. We're getting rid of it. We don't need something there. It's gone. Gone, gone, gone. Fuel, we can go buy it at... There's no fuel in it right now. We can go buy fuel at the gas station if we need it. I'm going to leave the cow barn because the cow barn, we're only going to get half of that back. Well, we're going to get that back, which is half of what was paid for. It was stupidly expensive, but we'll leave it alone for now. This is making products for us. I sold 90,000 liters of TMR out of here. We'll have plenty of ingredients from our grass field and our straw to keep making more TMR, so that way we actually got a little bit of income from that. We'll keep this here for the water. We don't need this little shed. It's gone. I also sold, there was a shed down here. I sold that. Trucker Batsy actually already went through the map and got all the collectibles off, because that was one thing I was thinking about. I'm going to try to empty this out. There's some liquid fertilizer in there. I don't think, actually, there might be some seeds in there still. I mean, this doesn't look great. I probably should have placed that silo a little bit better. I probably could have placed it a little bit better. Could have maybe put it back a little bit more, but it's okay. It's totally fine. We're not going to worry about it right now. But now we can store stuff in here. That saved us some money. We're trying to be smart with our money. I need to make a big purchase tomorrow in game. But the big purchase is going to be actually something that's really useful long-term for the farm. And I'm not going to lease it because I don't want to. I'm going to try to avoid leasing it. So we also need to get a fertilizer spreader. We need to actually buy one. So we have one for the farm. So there's stuff that's got to happen. But let's see. What does that have in storage right now? Seedmaster has some seeds in it. We're not going to get rid of... Well, we have a lot of seeds out here, to be completely honest. I don't want to get rid of all of those seeds, however... I'm going to see if I can... we're going to sell some of them off. I'm going to take 8,000 out of here and see if I can't put those in my grain silo to keep. Nope, that didn't work. Got to get a little closer. Because there's a place you can sell seeds on the map. So if I take seeds out of here, if I take just 8,000 of those, that'll be more than anyone's ever going to need. Honestly, we're taking 4,000. We'll sell the rest. Well, actually... Well... Let's take a little bit more. I just want to have one full load in here. So what do we have left for seeds? We have 8,800, so there's definitely 7944. Perfect. So these are the seeds we're going to hold on to. I'll put them on our storage. All of those hay bales right there, I'm going to try to get those over into that factory right there as well. That's my next plan for that. We're going to put this in this silo. If this takes seeds, we'll take all those seed bags that are everywhere, and we can, you know, get them put in this trailer and then put in the silo. Is it not going to take seeds? Seeds are not accepted there. That is not helpful. I thought standard silos did that, but of course I am wrong. Okay, so on that note, we have enough seeds right now. We are selling all of our seeds off because we're getting rid of that factory. We do not need it anymore. We have plenty of seeds right around here. I mean, there's 4,000 sitting there. That's more than enough to plant all these fields with normal crops for a long period of time. Honestly, yeah, we're not going to need seeds. We just need the money more than anything else right now. So let's load up some more seeds. Okay. And let's take a look at where we can sell these seeds off. So, seeds, farmers markets, or Goldcrest Valley. We'll take them over to the farmers market so I don't have to rent the train. That'll be fine there. And then liquid fertilizer is the other thing that we have in the seed silo that I want to see if we can sell. Let's see. Liquid fertilizer. There's no place to sell that. So, that's a slight problem. How much liquid fertilizer do we have in this bad boy? We have 7,876 liters. Let's look at how we can maybe potentially use that. It uses very little liquid fertilizer to make seeds. And this is, well, 10 to 1 to make seeds. Maybe actually, I didn't know this was, I thought it was going to be 1 to 1. This actually is a pretty profitable production. We might take our wheat actually and put it in here and make some seeds. How many seeds? 18,000. So it goes through a lot of, it makes the seeds pretty quick. It's not going to use very much of that liquid fertilizer. Whoever bought that put way too much in. But what that does mean is we can buy... I really wanted to get, for fertilization, I really didn't want to get a sprayer, but $30,000 for a cheap sprayer, 24 meters, 5,000 less to go with that. We could obviously go with that, but that's ridiculous. 5,000 less to go with that. I think we also have to deal with lime, though, on our fields, so this one might be a better play just to have it for both. Gosh, it's tricky. Okay. We could also... I mean, how much is this to lease this? I hate leasing, but if we can... well, $1,500... I mean, that's better than wasting that liquid fertilizer. So if we could, well, we actually could. I'm wondering if I could just pull it out of there. I could use this to pull it out of there. We could lease this, do fertilization with it, and then we could dump it out in pallets and then sell the seed off. But for now, I'm actually going to put... Let's take a look at our chickens real quick again. I've got some plans, a lot of ideas here. Our chickens have plenty of feed. I want to see how much feed they eat over the course of the day. There's only 30 of them, actually. They're not going to eat a lot of feed. Our silo has how much wheat in it right now? We also have some slurry and stuff we can sell off or use as fertilizer. That's another option, too. We can sell all that off. Farm production, liquid manure. Yeah, that's over at the animal dealer. So, and that we can, yeah, so we could sell some of that stuff off, too. We have the ability to do that. We just kind of got to liquidate a lot of the stuff that we don't need. So, yeah, we'll leave that in there to feed the chickens. That'll be a good little reserve there. We'll put the rest of the wheat in here. We're going to sell this off. Put the rest of the wheat in the seed factory to make seeds. We have some seeds out here to do what we need to do with them. And that's the other thing, too, actually. We could load the seeds up if we wanted to save some. Maybe actually we'll do that, because it will be good to have some seeds. I can load them into here and then put them out as pallets, because we have a seeder. So you just got to be creative. Let's unload that. We can grab some seeds out of there. Well, if we're going to actually make more seeds, I don't know why I'm bothering doing that. That's a stupid thing right now to do. We can save some later. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to sell these seeds in a second off camera. Our harvester's almost full. I'll drive him over here, unload him. He actually might be done. Yeah, he's done. So he doesn't have very many more, but we'll take this and turn it into seeds, because seeds sell for like the same price as wheat does, but it's a 10 to 15 ratio, and we already have the liquid fertilizer there. So we might as well make some seeds out of it and go from there. The canola, we might just sell it as a cash crop. I don't know what to do with it, to be honest. I mean, I know we can make stuff out of it. There's no oil needed there, no oil there. What can this do with, this have canola in it? What does this do with canola? It makes pig food, I bet. Yeah, we don't, no, that's not, there's no canola there. Oh, there we go. Use that. Oh, it also makes diesel, I believe, but I'm not making diesel. No canola. Yeah, no. Okay. It's just wheat only. Yeah, all right. So the canola is going to be sold off just as a cash crop, basically. But yeah, so we're making progress. I don't know how long this is going to be. It's going to be probably a little bit longer of a video. Because we're making progress. But I do want to mention one thing as we're getting going here unloading this. I want to mention the sponsor of this video and this whole series, which is the one and only GPortal. So make sure you check them out. There's a link down below in the description. If you check that link out, you will get 10% off your server, and that's a farming simulator server or any type of server that you're after for any other game. And they are super awesome. The servers themselves are high quality. You're not going to regret having a GPortal server, and for what they are, they're the best bang for your buck out there. So I mean, they're a great company to work with. That's why I enjoy working with them. I've had offers that are, you know, from other companies and stuff like that, and I won't take them because, well, I'm loyal to GPortal for a reason. We're playing on a GPortal server here. You're not going to have as many issues. It's cheap to add lots of extra mod space and to play with all your friends. It is a great deal. So make sure you check that out, and I want to say a big thank you to them for sponsoring this series, as everyone in this series is a GPortal partner. So big shout out to GPortal. They are awesome, but there you guys go. Okay, so now that I mentioned GPortal, we're rocking and rolling. I'm going to do some work, and I'm going to see you guys tomorrow in game. All right, it is December. I've made some progress, some good progress. A lot of things happened. Well, one, I bought a new trailer, which is somewhere. Might be over here. Where did I set that thing? Where did I set it down? Oh, right over there. You can see the tanker over there. So I returned our leased one, bought a new one. Easy peasy. We also got a new tractor. I sold our nice John Deere for $250,000 and bought this guy, which has 70 less horsepower, but still is plenty for what we need. And this one's only $90,000. So that made up some money there. I also sold the canola we got off our field. The liquid fertilizer in this thing is unable to come out of here. So I did lease a sprayer, bring it down here, and to no avail, I got it out. So, actually, is this thing running right now? How come I can't get in there? It's not. Okay, yeah. So we're just going to try to get some more wheat going. We harvested wheat on there, put it through there already, sold the seeds. I had planted wheat over here. But what I did is I bought this guy right here, new fertilizer spreader. And so since we're cultivating, because we don't have a direct drill seeder, what I did over here is I fertilized, cultivated, and then seeded. And I upgraded our seeder, which the seeder we have is this one right here, which can fertilize, but it's a $5,000 extra attachment. So I upgraded it so I could also fertilize on here. So this field is fully fertilized. Already has a yield bonus of 87. It says needs rolling, and weeds are growing. So we'll deal with the weeds as they grow up, and we'll be good to go there. And we have the equipment for that, which is great. Yeah, so that's all good. That's pretty much what I did. I did a lot of contracts and stuff off camera to make some money back. You can see our money is really far up. We have 900,000. I'm not gonna lie to you, I did up the loan a little bit. Now you might wonder, how did you up the loan? I wouldn't let Virtual Farmer put any more out. Well, I've got my secrets, and I'll leave it at that. So we have the loan up. We're gonna pay off. I want the loan to be less than what we started with. It started off with a $780,000 loan. I want to get it below that. But first, we have to buy some stuff. So, we are going to buy this. The reason we're going to buy this is we can use this to do several things on the farm. We can use it using one of these headers to pick up the straw off the field. It should work. It doesn't have straw down there, but it has the straw swath, so I'm assuming it's going to work. We can also use a mower to mow our grass, so we can get our grass, and then we can make it into hay or silage using our production, so we don't need anything else for that. And with my new mod, we can harvest our sugarcane. So it doesn't make sense not to do that. So let's go ahead and purchase that. And then we're going to purchase the forage chart, which this is plenty good for us. The only thing I'm going to change on here is I want the long pipe. Oh, we do need a trailer as well. But let's go ahead and, yeah, we're going to purchase that. It's a lot of money, but it's honestly going to be worth it. And we're going to purchase, this one's the cheapest, which I know it's not what we have, but, well, maybe we'll get this one just because it'll maybe go a little bit. Oh, we can change the brand. We have Fent, so we can do that. We'll do a Fent branded one there. I guess that's just kind of what it attaches to. So I guess, yeah, it says attacher type. Never mind, it's not really branded, but okay. And then finally, this one should work on our equipment as well. This will allow us to mow. It's just a little bit wider than the other one for not that much more. So we're going to buy that. That's all the equipment we need. Now we need to get a trailer that's going to hook up to those various things using like a pin hitch style hookup. And I don't want one of these because I also want this to be good for like bulk hauling of things. Well, I mean, honestly, that's not a super big requirement. That one might be perfect though. That's got a, well, that's not a pin hitch. I'm worried that that's not gonna, how much is the lease cost? I'm nervous if I buy it, it's not gonna work. That's what I'm nervous about. These guys should work fine. I think. That's not a pin hitch though. I don't know. That's the only thing I'm worried about, is I want to make sure it works. We do have our small trailer still, so I guess for hauling wheat and putting that away. I mean, what else are we going to haul, I guess? We're moving wheat around and seeds around. It'd be nice to sell seeds in a larger quantity, I guess. So, that's the biggest one, 52,000. That one can go up to 44.5. I think we're just going to, we're not going to put the extension on it yet, because 40 to get up to 45 is not too much. This is a pretty reasonable trailer. Let's lease that. I'm just going to see if it'll hook up. And then we'll return it and buy it. That's the only thing I'm concerned about, is if it'll actually hook up to this thing. Put our pipe out. Please hook up. Oh, thank goodness, it'll hook up. All right, so if that's the case, we're going to go to our vehicles, and we should have one lease trailer, which I know, but hey, we spent just under $4,000 to make sure it was safe. That is the best way to go about business here. So yeah, again, for a little bit more capacity, for like 8,000 more liters, I'm not even quite 8,000 more liters, I could spend 60,000 more, and I just don't think that's worth it. So this one with the extension, that's pretty good deal right there. Let's buy that guy. Now we have a big trailer, and I know it'll hook up to us, or hook up for us. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna get, we're gonna do the sugarcane first. The other stuff I can do off camera. I'm gonna mow the grass, get that taken care of off camera, then fertilize the grass field, because no one seems to do that. And actually our fields are actually being taken care of. The one problem we're gonna have, oh gosh, nope. Okay, good, everything hooked up. I was like, no, it's not working. The one problem we're gonna have is the cake. Darn it, this is darn it to Virtual Farmer. What he's left behind is the cake for me. I have to do something with the cake, which is gonna be sell it. Unfortunately, if it has all the ingredients, cake it makes cake in this little factory at 100 liters per month. So that means it takes 10 months to get that cake done. And I also found out why there was actually a house placed down on the farm. The other house wouldn't let me sleep through the night, so I don't know why that's the case. But it doesn't really matter. I just fast forward time. I mean, even fast forwarding time at 360, like, all right, yep, it's not really a big deal. So I'm not too worried about it. I still think that was a better financial decision. Now the sugar cane, some of that's going to get made into sugar. I'm going to top out our sugar setup, our sugar factory. I'm going to get that completely maxed out, and then we're going to haul the rest of it. Ooh, silage additive. I should have got silage additive in here. Well, we have to go back and pick up the other headers anyway. So I'll get silage additive for it, so that when we do the silage, or the grass, it should give us a little bit more. Actually, I'm curious, is it going to pick it? It might pick it up as chaff. That might be a problem, actually. It might pick it up as chaff. I didn't think about that. That's my bad. That's my bad. But obviously, we can make it into silage, no problem. But, you know, honestly, actually, I'm not going to lie. Hay and silage are both 80%. I really don't care if we run out of TMR. I'm just going to feed them. I think they'll be fine with silage. And if someone really cares that much, they can do something else about it. So if he gives us chaff, yeah, I don't care. So that's that's how I feel about that. And the reason I bought the sugarcane header, because I know some of you might question me on that, the reason I bought it is because sugarcane grows back. So whoever's next on here is going to need this to harvest the sugarcane again. And it shouldn't be a big deal because, well, obviously we have this massive header and it should be pretty straightforward now. So this is just going to save a lot of people a lot of time. And I think Virtual Farmer thought I was going to sit out here and harvest this like a loser with the base game harvester, but that's not what's going to happen. We're going to use this beautiful modded harvester, even at 5 miles an hour, to absolutely rip through the sugarcane here. I mean, this is way better than the other setup that Virtual Farmer had for me. So I'm not worried about it. I think I'm going to do this, end up doing this one myself, and I'll put it on steering assist. I might have to go back and pick up a couple areas that I missed, but that's no big deal. We're going to get quite a bit off of here. And then once I pick up the straw off of that field right there, I can then plant. I think I'm just going to do another round of wheat, because honestly, as long as I'm going to have to wait for that cake to grow, I'm going to be on this farm for a while trying to deal with that cake. And I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to leave behind for 4B to deal with, but I've got a good idea of something just kind of to mess with him a little bit. So, yeah, I don't know. I might take a Virtual Farmer approach to this just to kind of really screw with 4B. And I think that might be kind of fun. But I do want to recover some of the debt that this farm had, and I want to make this farm a little bit more successful. But now that we own this and we don't really have anything leased, well, actually we have nothing leased right now, that's perfect. And we're heading in the right direction. And that small trailer is perfect for moving TMR over to the cows in 8,000 liter increments. It's absolutely perfect. So there's really, everything's just kind of going to plan, you know? And this is actually, I think, taking care of the weeds as it goes. Well, maybe it was there when it was actually working, but still. Already got 22,000 liters here. Again, we're going to get quite a bit off of even this small little field. Let's see if I can't. It should be able to swing over there and get there. There we go. I'll come back through and pick up anything that is missed. But, yeah, so the cows are doing good. They're going to reproduce tomorrow as well, which is going to give us 60 cows. I'm not too bothered by that. We're producing plenty of silage to be able to feed them. And, well, what we can do with that is we're making enough milk from those guys that, yeah, I'm totally good with getting some more cows going. And the milk we can sell off, because, I mean, our dairies, we don't have a good enough dairy to keep up with actual production. But the milk itself is worth a decent amount of money. So the cows are definitely making money. As much as I don't know if that was the best idea this early on in this in this farm's career, if you will, they are going to make some good money. But anyhow, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing here. I'm going to get everything picked up, mowed, taken care of, and I will bring you guys back in. Honestly, I'm not sure when. We've already gone pretty far in this episode in terms of time. But what I would like to do is, obviously, the goal here is we have to get the cake done. So I might just bring you guys back in when it's time to actually finish out and get the cake done. So I'm just going to harvest the sugarcane. I'm going to harvest the grass. Keep harvesting the grass as needed. Harvest the wheat again. Hopefully make some seeds, make some money off of that, do some contracts, that sort of stuff. And I'll bring you guys back in a bit. My goodness, everyone. It has been a hot minute. Good Lord, we finally have a pallet of cake. I harvested all of our wheat as well. I left the straw in the field. That'll be 4B's problem. The sugarcane's ready to harvest, just came ready, so that'll be 4B's problem as well. But we're going to sell off these seeds because we should. Should get our money up quite a bit there. So also that header I tried to use the forage wagon or the forage harvester to pick up the straw. It didn't work, so I just sold it, and then with the money I sold it for, I bought the cheap forage wagon, so that's been perfect. I also bought us a slurry tank to move stuff around, because I learned if you take your slurry from your cows and I put it in here, I can make digestate, methane straw, and electric charge out of it, and I can sell those things, which it's done working right now. But yeah, so that was kind of nice. We used a little bit more of the liquid fertilizer here, but not a lot more of it, so yeah, but it's doing good. Tony Miff doesn't know how to do math because he didn't look at the recipe. I'm just messing with you, Tony. You're good, brother. I'm just giving a hard time. And we have a sawmill now. I'm gonna change those back from selling. I produced some pallets already of some of these. Let's change these all to storing. That's what I want to leave for 4B. We have so much wood. We have so much. If we go back down to the farm here, we have so much wood around this farm. This is our slurry tank I used. I bought this one, by the way. Let me just justify this real quick to you guys. If we go take a look in here, for like slurry transport, this one, 42,000, a little bit more than that one. This only holds 15,000 liters. This holds 65,000. It's not designed to be a tanker to move it around, but it works for it. So anyhow, got that. But yeah, I also got the little winch. It's over there, so you can get that for 8,500 bucks and get this for 36,000. And there's a ton of trees on Riverbend Springs, especially on the starting farm. So that'll be good. Got that set up for 4B to use and do whatever he wants to do with it. I also sold all of our stupid factories off. And I mean, by stupid factories, I mean pretty much everything that Virtual Farmer placed down. We shouldn't be making cake. We shouldn't be making cake. We have one pallet of cake over here to sell. I figured I'd keep you guys in for that. Let's get in. Oh, I turned off the engine. Go figure. Let's get in this guy. Yeah, we'll do this. Let's go grab. I bought. Where's my pallet mover? Oh, it's up over there, isn't it? Yeah. So if you don't want to pay for like a front loader and all that sort of stuff, you can go into the store and then under, which I'm just pulling out all the stuff that I've learned over farms. And this guy right here moved pallets. So everything we have on the farm is owned. None of it is leased. I almost said, I was trying to say rented, and then I was also thinking leased in my head, so then it came out lented. Well, none of it is lented, that's for sure, or leased or rented, none of the above. So we're gonna use this. It's actually pretty easy to use, works pretty well. 1,000 liters of cake. It's not gonna be, oh, this is not where the, it's over there. I want to go over there. It's not gonna be a crazy amount of cash, that's for sure. 4B, you're welcome. I thought of plans to hose you, but I decided to be a little bit nice. And I'll show you the recovery that this farm is in. Yes, I didn't get to my financial goals, but we're pretty close. I mean, every hour with the stuff from the sawmill selling and the stuff from the greenhouse selling and our electric charge and stuff and silage and things like that. I mean, we're making like 20, 30 grand a day, which is great. So this farm's in great financial shape for 4B. It's starting to head back in the right direction. So that's good. There we go. $7,200. That was depressing. Did we just sell it at like the worst time for cake? Is that what we just did? Like, what is going on up here with this cake? No, we sold it at a decent time. What in the, that was a good price for cake? Oh, I think I'm thinking of clothes, which are worth like 30,000 a pallet. Not quite, but you get what I'm saying. Anyhow, everything we own is outright owned. So we own this. It's all set up. We own a nice trailer. Everything is good to go. Everything is owned. So let's take a look at the actual financial situation. We're down to $900,000. I could take this $77,000 and pay off another $50,000 or so, but I'm going to leave 4B some money in the bank. We started off at negative $780, but at the end of the day, even though we had negative $780, we didn't own a lot of assets out here, so I bought a bunch of new assets and things that we need for the farm. If the farm keeps going in the direction it's going right now, we will make the money back, no problem. 4B has a chance to really kind of turn this around and make some good money. So 4B, I wish you luck. What I will say is I also bought a fertilizer spreader and everything for you. This is ready to harvest. These two, pick the straw up. You can make them into silage, the straw into silage, and then you can do whatever you want with it. The grass over here is ready to harvest. I've been taking care of the fields. They are, let's get rid of the weeds there. They're fully fertilized. This one needs lime, though, to be fair, but those ones actually need lime now, too. They didn't need lime before. They definitely do now. So anyhow, I've been fertilizing things and taking care of things, so I think I've put probably 8 hours into this stupid server to get all this fixed from the disasters of people before me. So I feel like I've done my fair share of the work. I did contracts, everything I could do to turn this farm around, and I think this farm, even though it is technically speaking on paper, looks like it's in more debt than we started. We have actually, if we sold all the stuff that I bought off, we would have maybe $200,000 or $300,000 in debt, maybe. So we definitely made back some of the money for sure. We just need some of this equipment to keep making that money. So if we keep doing silage, things like that, everything's going to be great. So 4B, I pass it on to you. This is in perfect condition for you. Do what you will with the wood. Even if you only sell it, I think you'll make some good money off it. But this is what I'm leaving. You have to find something to do with some of this wood that I've manufactured for you. So there you go, 4B. If the rest of you guys, if you guys enjoyed, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel and turn the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos that may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you for coming and joining us, and thank you again to GPortal for sponsoring this series.